Finn, there was one play in the second half where Messi's charging at you. You shadow him towards the corner. He shoots the ball. You block it. Just how did you feel in that moment, even though the team was down 2-0?
I don't know. Just like normal. Still just annoyed that we're losing at the time, I think. And I mean, it's good to, I guess, somewhat keep us in the game, I guess, if he scores in it. Probably completely ends the game, but, you know, a nice thing. It's always nice to block a shot, but nothing kind of really out of the ordinary.
Tyson?
What's it like when James is just making absurd saves? This feels like it's like the third game in 4 matches, and I mean, just what sort of zone has he been in from like your perspective?
Yeah, I think it brings myself as a defender and the team a lot of extra confidence and belief when Jimmy's playing like that. He obviously has the quality to do that. He's an amazing keeper, and when keepers like that can make big saves that keep us in games, it only helps us and gives us a little bit of a boost. I think it's a really good feeling knowing that there's someone who can back you up with in case I make a mistake or someone else makes a mistake. We know that he's there to help us, and he's been performing really well. So it's only good for the team.
Mm-hmm. Phil mentioned that there was a little bit of nerves, or there's a potential for nerves when you're going to play one of the greatest players in the world. You have international experience and have had experience with players on a global stage. As captain, was that something you addressed with the players or anything you offered advice about? Because some players for the first time would be playing with some of the greatest players in the world.
No, it's not something that I really spoke about, to be honest. I think that everyone kind of has their own preparations and their own ways of dealing with that sort of stuff, whether it's, big players or big game or anything like that. I think that one thing that we kind of said was, play the game, not the occasion. Don't get caught up in that. And that's what you can do, really. At the end of the day, they're amazing players, or there's some amazing players, but they're still just the same football players. So still 11-11 at the end of the day. And just disappointing. Couldn't win.
Hi, Finn. My teammates asked about the game, but I want to ask about your present. You received a call-up for play to the national team of New Zealand. What are your feelings to play your first World Cup?
Super excited. It's in the back of my mind because I still got this game and then one more game in the week coming, and then after that I'll be fully thinking about it. But I think in the back of my mind I'm excited, and it's going to be an awesome opportunity to represent both my country, represent Portland, and hopefully make people proud.
Any last questions?
Finn, also during the first half where the team was under a little bit more pressure, just what was the game plan like, particularly from the midfield, to block some of Miami's just diagonal runs they kept running all across the pitch?
I think that we spoke a little bit about before the game about when people play the 1-2s and they play it forward and then run forward, you have to make some sort of contact or follow them. And if you don't do that, they're going to get a free run, and then we're going to be overloaded. And so what was pretty disappointing for definitely one, if not both of the goals, was people, not really following once someone's played past them. That's something that we'll look at and work on. But no, I think that we as a back 3, back 4, back 5 need to do better at communicating to those players in front of us, giving them that little bit of extra help and keeping them switched on, because people will track 3 or 4 times and then the one time they don't track it can be really dangerous. And so that's something that I take responsibility for and need to help the players in front of me and help them out throughout the game. And again, it's just disappointing.
When you were just talking about like having to, no matter who you're playing, like you just got to get out on the pitch and actually play against them.
Yeah.
Is that something that you, like, if this game would have been 2 years ago, do you think you would have had that? Like, do you think you've kind of grown into that, or?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think I want to say like that. No matter what age I am or I've been. That I would just go out and kind of play my game and try to be myself. So I want to say that, but I don't know, to be honest, because 2 years ago Finn or 3 years ago Finn's probably a different person to what I am now. So I can't say for sure. It's a good question though.
Okay, we're gonna wrap